In today's show, Johnny Depp and Jerry Bruckheimer walk the red carpet in Lawton and how the growth of Oklahoma City is affecting neighborhoods.
Also, a first look at Google Glass, and kids in Oklahoma learn how to launch rockets. It's a summer-packed show this week.
Yes, it is, and we began with Johnny Depp in Lawton, Oklahoma for the premiere of The Lone Ranger. Assistant Entertainment Editor George Lang, News OK's Greg Singleton caught up with the star.
It is a hot day in Lawton, but this is a hot event right in front of the Carmike Theater. It is the Comanche Nation premiere of The Lone Ranger, and we've got star Johnny Depp, director Gore Verbinski, and the producer Jerry Bruckheimer, who have all reteamed after their experiences with the Pirates of the Caribbean films to take on this new version of the classic Western. And here's what they had to say about the film.
Well, he's a man for justice. He wants justice. We all want justice in our lives. And so he's another character that we got to bring back to a younger generation because they missed it. I grew up with the Lone Ranger. I watched him on television. I wanted to be a cowboy. We lost that Western genre. We got to bring it back. And the Lone Ranger and Tano are two ways to bring it back.
You know, Hollywood has a long legacy of sort of getting it wrong, you know, in terms of representing the Native Americans. And, you know, we thought telling this story from Tonto's perspective and sort of making him much more than a sidekick, you know, making him relevant, and it's really a two-hander in that way. You know, that means that we sort of have to acknowledge that, you know, we've got this story of this great American hero, but, you know, there were people here before us, you know, and I think the film respects that.
You know, it took a lot of work for us just to convince Disney that this needs to be done, that Indian country needs to be given consideration to a special screening. Not just the fact that it's a Lone Ranger movie, but it has a Comanche presence. And Johnny is a product of nature. And in this movie, he utilizes wisdom that he has gained through nature. And it's just very impressive, and he plays an awesome role.
Well, first, with great respect, you know, for the native peoples, you know, that was first and foremost on the agenda when we were in our little think tank. Myself and Gore and Jerry and the writer Justin Haith was, okay, we know we have to make a film that's going to entertain. However, this is the agenda. Let's bring back in Hollywood cinema the respect and the dignity that the Native Americans deserve. As they've been mistreated for ever and ever within whatever television, cinema, you know. So just try to make a dent in that, you know.
Over 1,000 people turned out for this event in Lawton to meet Johnny Depp firsthand, to meet Jerry Bruckheimer, to meet the director Gore Verbinski. And it caps off a significant chapter for the Comanche Nation, which lent a lot of information and technical support for the making of The Lone Ranger.
Depp also said it was an honor to be welcomed like they were and to receive support of Comanche Nation Chairman Wallace Coffey, and that everybody was above and beyond, and that it meant everything to him.
Well, Google Glass is a wearable computer that feels like you're wearing glasses and displays information by your eye. It's similar to a smartphone-like hands-free format that can interact with the internet just by using your voice. Sound sci-fi? Well, Lily Beth Brinkman, assistant features editor with The Oklahoman, was chosen in a social media application to be one of the first to buy them. So she's actually wearing the glasses.
They're right here.
She can take a picture right now. She can video right now. I mean, whatever she wants to do. What do the glasses feel like?
They're very lightweight. They're only 4 grams. And after a while of wearing them, you don't even realize that you have them, because if you'll notice, the camera that projects rests above your eye, so it doesn't obstruct your field of vision at all. And I think Google was the people who created this project were trying to get us away from doing this with our smartphones and out into the world. That's their goal.
That's true. But now you have to kind of look up.
You do, but only when you need it.
That's
so
true.
if I were, do you want me to demonstrate it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
If I were to demonstrate it, I would tap it to turn it on, or I could look up, and I say, okay, glass, record a video.
Wow.
And now we're recording.
Very nice.
So in 10 seconds loops, you could probably tell because you can see you can see it through.
That is so cool.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, I can see it on the other side as well. That's
yes.
neat.
So
Very
it's not
cool.
you're not totally recording in
Right.
secret.
Right. Okay. So what about the privacy issue? Do you think anybody would have any qualms about, are you shooting video right now? What are you doing?
That is a concern, and a lot of people have reacted to that. It's been banned in some restaurants and in casinos and various places.
Wow.
And I think Google has tried to address that. When you put it on, you realize that you can see that I'm filming. And I think that is one of the things that will play out over time.
Yeah.
But it is a concern because it's a little less obtrusive than a smartphone camera where you're out like this.
Right.
So I think we'll have to wait and see.
Interesting. Right. Okay, so is it gimmicky or is it something that really is useful?
I can see it getting more and more useful over time. It is, you can take calls on it through
Wow.
you connect it to your smartphone
Nice.
through Bluetooth, and you can send texts. And if you have an Android device, you can get directions.
Wow.
As you go, and do a lot of the features that your smartphone can do.
Very
so people
cool.
are developing apps for it. So I don't think it's gimmicky. I think it's
That's
really
neat.
a neat new technology.
I know.
For
So
good or bad.
What about people who really need prescription glasses and they want to wear these as well?
Google is saying that they are working on the prescription problem. This is the group of us that are trying them out now are sort of we're called Glass Explorers and brand new, so they're not available to offer this edition. And I think eventually there will be prescription glasses and possibly the ability to flip this camera to the left eye if
How
you
cool.
see better out of that eye.
Oh, this is obviously very cool. Lily Beth has been able to test these out, and she's going to write a full print article in the Oklahoman about her experience with the glass. And Lily Beth says she's had lots of questions about the new technology from strangers and friends alike. I bet it attracts some attention.
What'd you think?
And I put them on off camera, and it was interesting. It would be hard to get used to, I think, but I'm sure it's going to be cool.
I think you're right. It's one of those technology things that comes along. You're like, that's odd, but then you quickly adapt to it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
All right, coming up next, a local pastor says progress is starting to hurt his church.
And how Miss Oklahoma and a Thunder player are helping support victims from the Moore tornado. That's coming up.
Everyone gets excited on game day. With the Oklahoman Full Access, you can get your sports news any way you like. The Oklahoman Full Access includes print, smartphones, tablets, print replica, and our digital archives, starting as low as $12 a month. And it's free to current print subscribers. Log on to newsok.com/subscribe to get started today. The Oklahoman Full Access.
Hello, this is Mary. I can help you.
Hi, my grandma wants to know how to record my show.
Press the guide button on the remote.
Abuelita, toca el botón guide.
Now find your show on the screen and press record.
Ahora busca el programa en la
Pantalla.
Working hard for every smile. Another reason why Cox is your friend in the digital age.
Everyone has their morning routine. With the Oklahoman Full Access, you can get your morning news any way you like. The Oklahoman Full Access includes print, smartphones, tablets, print replica, and our digital archives, starting as low as $12 a month. And it's free to current print subscribers. Log on to theoklahoman.com/subscribe to get started today. The Oklahoman Full Access.
Well, the pastor of a church in the historically black neighborhood in Oklahoma City is upset with the city and University of Oklahoma officials over rezoning measures.
It's Reverend Jesse Jackson. He says residents of the community aren't looking for financial handouts and don't want to stand in the way of progress. They simply want to be a part of the planning and discussion with city officials and OU.
To understand where we are today in this community, you have to understand the history of this community. Once upon a time, anything north of 4th Street was off limit to African Americans. And so African Americans moved north as the population grew. 4th Street became a cutoff, then eventually 8th Street. And so as it turns out that the first African American family to buy a home north of 8th Street with the help of Roscoe Dungy and the NAACP here in Oklahoma, was arrested at least twice going to his own home that he had bought. And so our congregation, which is 94 years old, has been here on this corner of 6th and Everest for almost the entire history of our congregation. But there's some very proud people here in the Lower JFK, and we've seen this transition happening. We feel like we are being squeezed from the north by the OU Health Sciences Center, being squeezed from the west by the Presbyterian Health Foundation Authority, and being squeezed from even southwest with Bricktown. We have a new $95 million neighbor down the street that's going to be built in Embassy Suites. I think it's 280 rooms or something like that, convention space, the whole 9 yards. I think that the message that we're trying to convey to people is that there are some good people here that have been here for a long time, that have made homes here. And again, we're not trying to get rich, and other people may portray it as these people are just trying to hit the lottery, or these people are just being stubborn or bullheaded, and they're standing in the way of progress. We're saying we're happy to have this opportunity to tell our story. None of that is true. We're not standing in the way of progress. We're not trying to hit the lottery, but we are looking for economic justice. There are good people here that have been here, would like to stay here, but we understand that the circumstances are changing. And so we're going to go and make our lives and new memories somewhere else, if we are allowed to do that financially.
Jackson says he understands progress in the neighborhood is inevitable. He just doesn't want to see residents run over and hopes to work with officials.
Now, on a better note about neighborhoods growing, Pie Junkie is a pie business that was born out of an industrial-sized kitchen of a church and now has a Plaza District shop where sweets junkies can enjoy treats together.
The macadamia crusted key lime pie is by far our best seller. It's nice and tart, and the macadamia nuts in the graham cracker crust give it a little extra texture, if you like. Started with one pie at the original S&B Burger Joint. I think it was a peach pie. And it was just hey, bring us a dessert and we'll see what happens. And it went over really well. And then we continued to come up with new flavors and modify recipes and do some original things that we liked for them. And they did really well with it. And then continued with the Paramount, the little coffee shop and cafe. They're in Film Row. They serve our pies as well. And Coffee Slingers serves our items on Sundays, along with Pizza 23. I wouldn't say that we have the market cornered, but we are very happy to be one of the first out there to offer this kind of product, because it is very Oklahoma and it's comfort food, and it's something that we all have grown up with. Our grandmothers made pies, everybody has a favorite, and so it's a really fun kind of item to be able to share. And what we love about having a shop is that people from the neighborhood or friends come in, especially on Saturdays, and are out in the neighborhood shopping or having lunch and come in as a group. And there's a lot of laughter, a lot of chatting, and I think it's because there's something for everyone in a pie. We hope to continue to turn out the best possible product and have a place where people can come and enjoy a treat together. We want it to be something fun and unique. And it's an opportunity for us to be creative. We want to continue to be creative and come up with new flavors and share those.
And Pie Junkie also makes pies for the Paramount, Pizza 23, Coffee Slingers, and of course S&B Burger Joints.
Who doesn't like pie?
I know, it's awesome.
Especially in the summer. It's very American.
Yeah, it's a fun little place. It's pretty cool.
I have not been there yet. I will check that out.
Yeah.
All right, coming up, Thunder player Kendrick Perkins shows kids from Briarwood Elementary some basketball techniques. That's coming up next.
With the Oklahoman Full Access, we deliver your news any way you'd like. The Oklahoman Full Access includes print, smartphones, tablets, print replica, digital archives, and the new Oklahoman.com. Plans start at only $12 a month. And all this is free to current print subscribers. Log on to Oklahoman.com/subscribe to get started today. The Oklahoman Full Access.
I look up to you for all the things you do. I hope to be like you someday soon.
working hard for every smile. Another reason why Cox is your friend in the digital age.
We're shooting more photos at each assignment, but we're putting those into separate galleries that can be added into the iPad and online editions so that the viewers can see a lot more photographs. We can tell a lot more of the story visually, give them more detailed shots, more overall shots, just a lot more variety that really enriches their experience.
Galen Kitch has served as emergency manager for the city of Moore for the past 22 years.
Before he arrived in 1991, the city hadn't had much in the way of tornado activity since the 1970s. But he says Moore is his home no matter what.
I've been the emergency manager here for 22 years and a volunteer before that. And this will make my 6th storm during my tenure as emergency manager. We've already seen, just in the almost month that it's been, we've seen people that, immediately came out, took care of, dug their neighbors out and dusted each other off. And within a day or two, they were already pushing debris to the curb and making plans for rebuilding. And I think that you'll see this rebuilt just in short order. I've lived here for almost 30 years. I've worked here for 30 years. This is where I've raised my children. The children are still here in the area. So, it is my city.
Kitch says what isn't different between the tornadoes is the difficulty in dealing with the loss of lives. So he says they will continue to study warning systems and educate the residents about severe weather.
And the devastation from the tornadoes has brought together many people hoping to help support those who've lost so much. 2 people who've stepped up recently is Thunder player Kendrick Perkins and Miss Oklahoma USA 2002.
We have our 7-year-old here. He was in the Briarwood tornado, the tornado that hit Briarwood Elementary School. This is his 3rd year, though, actually, to come to Thunder Camp. So this is kind of a normal routine for us anyways. But having a great time, just enjoying it. So.
I've learned to dribble through my legs without stopping.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. We did not have a chance to possibly go pick him up at the school, check him out early enough. So my wife and I decided, we lived just south of the school, to ride it out underground, let him stay at the school, and then of course get to the school and get him.
What happened, we could just all hear a loud noise, so we all were just really scared.
TJ was one of the last 2nd graders to come out. I was on the opposite side of the school when he came out. My wife was in the area. I was on the other side of the school trying to look for kids, see if there was anybody else on the other side of the school. And then we all kind of met back up roughly within 20 minutes or so once we had gotten there. And then we stayed for another hour just trying to help triage at that time. So
we were just so scared because I wanted to see if all my friends were okay, and I want to make sure that everybody's okay.
It means a lot, I was actually down here when the tornado hit, and so I've been doing a lot of work myself in the community. I'm actually going down to Beaumont. I'm doing a fundraiser for the city of Moore, for the town of Moore. So I think it's key. I think it's a great thing that the kids get to come and relax and, just get away from all that. And, because I use basketball as my sanctuary, so, they can do the same thing. But it's good. We've got a nice supportive group here, people that really care, and that's the most important thing.
The guy's awesome. He is an awesome guy. He was here last year, and TJ just couldn't believe how large he is. And was really looking forward. He was hoping Perk would come back again this year. Of course he did, and having a blast. He loves getting signatures from him and keeping the shirts. We still have the one from last year that he signed. And so yeah, Perk's awesome with the kids. We really appreciate him coming out. So.
I think he's a really nice guy. I see him pretty much every year because I come here every year. So yeah, he's really nice for coming down here.
We play a lot of basketball. He pretty much plays year-round in some kind of league or plays a lot of street ball. He has older brothers, so he's out with older kids playing with them, which is making him better. I told you, sometimes he gets frustrated. I'm like, hey, it's only going to make you better playing with the older boys. So, but no, his game's getting much better, much better.
About 3 weeks ago, I was watching the devastation on TV in LA where I live, and I was bawling watching the TV at all the devastation, and I just thought I know I needed to do something. Oklahoma is my heart and soul. It's where I was born and raised. And so I had texted my former Miss Oklahoma team, Joy Cometti, and asked her what she thought we could do. We came up with this great idea to pick some girls and just treat them like our little sister or our little queens or our little teens. So from that, we went on Facebook and reached out to some people and asked them to nominate some girls who deserved to be treated like queen for a day. And the nominations flooded in. We had over 100 people nominated. And from that, I weaned it down to 10 girls. And we took those 10 girls today to get their makeup done, to get their hair done, to get hair products, to go to a fabulous lunch. Then we went shoe shopping, then we went clothing shopping, and then we came back and I had gift bags from all the sponsors, big huge cases of all kinds of different things, whether it be lotions and hair products and t-shirts from Forever 21. We just loaded it up. So it was a really fun day. A lot of the girls had a blast. It was girls ranging in ages from 10 to 36. So it was a wide variety, but all very deserving and all very thankful, and it was just a really, really good day. There were 10 nominated, 10 winners, and each one of them got to bring a guest. And then we had, for the Queen for the Day whole theme, we had all the volunteers be former Miss Oklahomas. So we had 10 former title holders helping the girls, ushering the girls, helping them shop, helping them pick out things that they wanted. And then we had about 5 volunteers, so all in all our team was about 35 people. I'm just proud to be from Oklahoma and happy to do something to make everybody smile.
And it's so awesome because, of course, she, along with some other pageant queens, got together and helped out these ladies who've been affected by the tornadoes and gave them a day of beauty, a queen for a day. That's fantastic.
Who wouldn't want that?
I know, that's so fun. Very cool.
Kendrick Perkins comes across so gruff and Mr. Tough Guy on the court. It's nice to see the other side.
I think he's probably a teddy bear.
All right, coming up next, the summer camp teaches local students how to launch their own rocket.
Social media gives readers a voice that they can interact with us in a way that I don't think they've ever been able to. And it allows us to, include their thoughts and their questions and everything in our content.
Whereas we used to just publish and just tell everybody what the news and entertainment and information was. The rest of the world wants to engage. They want to talk back. They want us to talk back to them. They want insight, they want opinion, and a lot of that is new culturally for a newspaper.
I look up to you for all the things you do. I hope to be like you someday soon.
Working hard for every smile. Another reason why Cox is your friend in the digital age.
In 2012, we had the largest concentration of Oklahoma musicians to go to South by Southwest ever. Dave Morrison and I, we talked about it. It's like, let's just do this guerrilla style, okay? We'll shoot 1 or 2 performances by an act, and then we'll get an interview, and we'll get it up as quickly as possible. So that's what we were doing. We ended up with 21 different videos, and those also included some stand-up.
Well, in 1985, Scott Verplank won the Western Open. It had been 29 years since an amateur had won a PGA Tour event. Verplank was a 4-time All-American at Oklahoma State.
Verplank was diagnosed with diabetes as a child and is now giving back to children battling with the disorder with the Scott Verplank Foundation Invitational.
It's the second annual, foundation tournament for me, and I started this foundation to try to help out kids with type 1 diabetes. The mission of it is very expensive, even if you have good insurance, good health insurance, to be a type 1 diabetic, all the medicines and the stuff you need to do to take care of yourself. So with that in mind, thought, let's try to help out these kids and their families by helping them go on to college and, keep their education going and help them defer the cost of all that, because it all adds up in the end. So So far, we started off great, gave away 5 scholarships last night, and just thrilled, and it's amazing. It's really amazing, all these kids that have started applying and filling out stuff, and some great stories. It's pretty hard to choose. But we're going in the right direction, so this year too, and I think it's going to continue to get bigger and better. No, I didn't. I've thought about it for the last 4 or 5 years, and it took me a couple of years to figure out what I really wanted to do. And then I've got great support locally. I have so many great friends in Oklahoma City area, and they've helped tremendously. And then I've got guys from the tour, and then I've been friends with being associated with Oklahoma State football for so long. I've got football coach friends all over the world, and they all love to play golf. So I've got 10 of those guys and 12 tour guys, and it's a good mix. All the football coaches love to play golf, and all the golfers love college football. So everybody's happy, and then all the people have a good time because all the celebrity people are happy, so it's worked out good. Honestly, most of the time when people come up, it's either parents or grandparents, and they're saying, yeah, my son or my grandson or granddaughter or daughter watch you, and we use you as an example because you're able to still do what you want to do and be active and this, and just try to, it's all about attitude, and it's a tough disease, but it's manageable, and if your attitude's right, you can still do whatever you want to do.
Next year, Verplank will turn 50. It's the new 40, by the way. The day before the 2014 U.S. Senior Open at Oak Tree National. He says it'll be a lot of fun to be able to play on his home golf course.
Good for him. Well, last week we told you about a summer camp teaching kids how to drop an egg without breaking it to learn about engineering. Well, this week we take you to another camp where students learn how to build rockets that can actually launch.
Today we're accomplishing the last portion of what is known as the Tuskegee Airmen Aerospace Camp, sponsored in cooperation with Rose State University. What we're doing is today we've had them on a rocket build. During the week they built rockets, and today was the launch day to show the success of what they've done during the week. Part of the rocket build is to give them a sense of accomplishment on what they do and what it takes to cooperate with each other and to successfully launch their rockets. Kind of accomplishment of getting something done and the fruits of your labor, so to speak.
I've never launched a rocket. It was more fun than I thought it would be. I've seen it, but I haven't actually done it myself, so exciting. Exciting. I can put it all in one word. That would be the word exciting.
We got to see it go up, and we got to press the button. So that was really fun.
All of us here want to inspire you to go out and do great things with your life and to dream big dreams. Say that after me.
Dream big dreams.
And then the last thing, and the most important thing, because that's what life is all about, is to go have fun. I mean, after all, God sent you down here and he said, go down here and have a great time, and that's what you did. 2, 1, launch!
There's no way I could do that. That looks tough.
It looks like a lot of fun, though.
Yes. Yes.
And that's what the instructors say. Hey, life's all about having fun. Hey,
yeah.
Kids, make sure you're going to get something out of this. You put in all the work. Here's the payoff. But have fun.
It's so cool, these summer camps. But I know I would never get it to launch, and I would break the egg.
Well, the egg thing, you're right. The rocket would probably tip over and kneecap someone or something.
I know. That's so much fun, though. Good for them.
All right, that's all the time we have for this edition of NewsOK TV.
And you can watch all of these videos and much more online at newsok.com. See ya.